Good day, viewers. Welcome once again to that beautiful show, Hot Sport, where we give it to you as it's happening in the world of sport. My name is Lawal Hajibola Akonji Sahid, your Legbashi Sport, and you are on to CTV, your online TV channel, where everything good coming to you live and direct. We are here right now, and to give it to you as it's happening in the world of sport. At the moment, we will be taking you on a roller coaster trip in the world of sport. We will be going from the world of boxing to Scotch to football. As you always know, the major leagues are ongoing now. So as we go on this trip, we hope you will stay with us and we will enjoy this trip together as it's happening. Sit down, relax. I will be right back after this very short break. Welcome back, my people. Now quickly, let's start from the local scene right here in this, from the local scene. The Adam Asunle Foundation, our sponsors at the moment, are having a swell time going through their football competition, the 11th of its kind. That is the 11th edition of Adam Asunle Foundation Cup 2024-2025. And over the weekend, some actions took place. Over the weekend, we have the under 13, the under 15, and under 17. The under 13 faithful FA, they lost to their counterpart, Smart Striker, 1-2. While you have Destiny Reigns, they won their home match 3-0. They won Pro Liberty 3-0. In the under 15, Nigawax FA, they drew their own counterpart, Destiny Reigns 1-1. That is the score of that very particular match. While you now have it, the under 17 match, Nigawax also played PLS FA from Aboru, and Nigawax lost that game 2-1 to PLS FA, and Pro Liberty lost their own game under 17 to Golden Talent in whooping 7-0. That is how they lost that very particular game. That is how it goes over the weekend, and we shall be giving you more as we proceed next week. And of course, we now come down to Sesema Cup, the Veteran Cups 45 and above, that is ongoing at Aboru Akinola Stadium, to be precise. I beg your pardon. At Abiola Stadium, this game is at the semi-final phase. Over the weekend, the semi-final which we have Akinola Sunday set, they confronted their home counterpart, Frontliner FC, those ones from Abulegba, and they won that game. Akinola Sunday set won that game 3-1. While you see Santos All-Stars, from Santos Layout in Dokpemu here, they lost their own game to Ambassador International All-Stars. They lost to Ambassador International All-Stars 1-0. By this saying, then we now see that the stage is set for Akinola All-Star, Akinola Sunday set, and Ambassador International All-Stars in the final of this very particular Sesema Cup 2024, the veteran game, the 45 and above game that is going to come up, according to what we are hearing as of today, going to come up on the 6th of October, that is in 2 weeks time, on the field of Akinola. We will be giving you everything that happens in that very particular event as it unfolds. As we quickly do this in the local sense, let's quickly go on a short break. When we come back, we will give it to you in the international break, other sports as it's coming up. Stay tuned. I will be right back. Welcome back, my people. Now, quickly from the local scene, let's quickly go to the international scenes. And at the moment, the international scene, I'm going to the world of boxing. The world of boxing, yes, it's no news anymore that over the weekend, our own Anthony Joshua, the man that originated from Nigeria but is a citizen of the United States of America. Of course, that man is even an OBE in the in the United in England. Sorry, I beg your pardon, not United States of America. In England is even an OBE over there, and that man at the moment what do we call it? Is it a show of shame, or should we say a fatigue and tired fight over the weekend? But as it happens, or whatever it happens, Anthony Joshua over the weekend lost his game, his match over the weekend to Daniel Dubois. Or of course, Daniel Dubois claimed the biggest cap of his career with a stunning 5th round knockout of Anthony Joshua in their All British Heavyweight title showdown. And of course, you know that Dubois inherited that title without any fight, but then he has just shown that title is worth the title. The 96,000 fans crammed into Wembley Stadium witnessed a classic Dubois flood as Dubois floored Joshua repeatedly. Dynamite at Dubois is being called, landing the decisive blow just moments after he has been caught by a pitch from his compatriot. And of course, you know that Dubois landed a bump and forced his opponents to his knee before he got back to his feet as the bell rang in the first round. Of course, they have a tame second round as he goes. Dubois chased Anthony Joshua around a little bit, but then nothing happened in the second round. But by the third round, we saw Joshua rattled almost immediately again, and with the bed near, Dubois battered the older man to the ground, with Joshua's glove touching the ground before he was knocked to the canvas once more. The opening of the fourth round had Joshua down on the ground in the opening seconds, and then again barely moments later when the referee briefly looked tempted to rule the fight over. In what was the 27-year-old's finest performance of his career, Joshua resorted to clinching with the younger man as he attempted to slow down the rhythm of the contest and regain his composure in it. But then a minute into the 5th round, Joshua briefly looked to have a chance to pull off a mesmeric comeback, but then it doesn't happen. But Dubois unleashed a powerful right that landed on and left Joshua comprehensively crumbed and beaten, unable to rise himself to beat the count. Therefore, Joshua lost that very particular match. Joshua in his mid-30s, as we know, and after such a surprisingly one-sided defeat, Joshua must now consider if he has the determination and sharpness to continue in a career where he has now been comprehensively at fault on 4 solid occasions, 1, 2, 3, 4 occasions. There is though a rematch clause that will yet be exercised. But for Dubois, attention will now turn to Usyk versus Fury. That is the second fight of these two. The prospect of an all-British undisputed clash in 2025 or a rematch with Usyk becomes hard to ignore, even as he celebrates his finest triumph at the moment. It is being considered that Anthony Joshua, OBE, should likely consider retiring. 4 times he has been knocked down now in his career just recently, and of course, you know, this man is his mid-30s, age is no more on his side, but not to be like some boxers that still want to fight at the age of 55. It's better and it's best to leave the stage while the applause is loudest. That is what is going on at the moment in the world of boxing. At the moment, this is the big news in the world of boxing over the weekend. This comes up, and of course, Anthony Joshua is strategizing whether to trigger the clause for a rematch or to just leave things as it is and then goes on his way. But then, you know, pressure till we're ready. There's pressure on Anthony Joshua already, but then the man might just decide to just walk away from boxing altogether, or according to him, he's saying he's still in the game and he still wants to continue. Good luck to him, but then more beat up might be in store for him. Let's quickly jump from the world of boxing and go to the world of squash. Yes, squash. The Paris 2024 squash tournament just concluded over the weekend also, and that game was between the number 1 in squash world, and the number 2 in score short. And of course, these two are compatriots. They both come from Egypt. These two men come from Egypt. We are talking about world number 2, Mustafa Assar, and then world number 1, Ali Farag. And of course, the two of them come from Egypt. But then Mustafa Assar continues his unbeaten start to the 2024-25 season by claiming victory over his compatriot, that is Ali Farag, that is the world number 1, in the Paris Coach 2024 final, defeating the world number 1 by 11-7, 11-8, 4-11, 11-7. And of course, after the match, as I said, I was, and I quote, I was almost not going to play the match. My hand was just unbelievably bruised, and I came here at 3:30 and I couldn't hit the ball at all. But then at the end of the day, he was able to hit the ball very well in the glass dome, and of course, he defeated his opponent. Congratulations to Mustafa Assar as he continues his unbeaten run in the 2024-2025 season of squash. And on this note, I want to quickly go down to the management room for a quick break. When I come back, we will continue in the world of soccer as usual. Stay tuned, I will be right back. Welcome back. Now, let's now go to the Major League. The Major League at the moment in the world of soccer. Briefly, soccer in the United States, football like we all know it. And we quickly go to the world of sport that we call soccer at the moment. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, over the weekend, a lot of actions take place in the world of football over the weekend. Let me quickly start from our home front right here in the NPFL, Nigerian Professional Football League. And of course, over the weekend, Lobby Stars, they invited Rivers United home, but they lost that game 0-1 to Rivers United. Of course, Nasarawa United also, they too hosted El Kanemi Warriors, and they won their own game 3-1. And of course, after that, Nasarawa United lost that game to Academy Warrior 3-4. Also, Plateau United, they too, they hosted Niger Tornadoes and they lost at home 1-2. Atlanta and Owerri and Katsina United drew their own game 0-0. And of course, we can see Kano Pillars over there on your screen. Kano Pillars lost to Remo Stars. Remo Stars from Ogun State. Kano Pillars lost to them 2-0. And of course, Sunshine Stars and Abia Warriors, they drew 0-0. They shared the point 1-1. While Kwara United and Ikorodu City from Lagos also, Ikorodu City goes all the way to Kwara, and also they too drew their game 0-0. At this point in time, you can see the table over there on your screen. The table is looking beautiful over there on your screen. And with the table at the moment, you can see that from the table over there on your screen, the clear leaders are already showing there on your screen. Clear leaders on your screen already there are showing. Remo Stars are already there. They won their own 3 games and they are 9 points. While you have in second place Rivers United in 7 points. Niger Tornadoes 7 points. And Sunshine Stars, they are in 4 points. These are the leaders of the table. While you see at the bottom of the table right there, you can see Lobby Stars there, 1 point. Bayelsa United, 1 point. And Ikorodu City, also 1 point. And Atland of Owerri, they also are in 1 point. And moving on from there now, let's now go to the international scene. Let's quickly move down to the international scene, where we now see the major European league taking place at the moment. And of course, the major European league, let's quickly go down. We jump down from the NPFL in Nigeria. We quickly run down to Italy. Let's go down to Italy in Serie A. Of course, in Serie A, we see Venezia beating Genoa 2-0. Venezia beating Genoa 2-0. While you see Juventus and Napoli in the absence of Osimhen are doing well. And of course, they share the points with Juventus at home 0-0. Now you see Leeds and Parma. These two teams that are just coming to the league drew their own games too. 2-2. While you see Fiorentina and Lazio 2-1 in their own particular game. Fiorentina and Lazio 2-1 in their own particular game. Fiorentina won that game. Monza 1, Bologna 2 at home. While you see Roma beat Udinese at home 3-0. Inter and AC Milan, the rival in the city of Milan, Inter lost that game to AC Milan 1-2, and of course AC Milan were not able to. They were just taking out a pound of flesh on their neighbor, beating them 2-1 after losing to Liverpool in the Champions League. The people at the moment is looking okay at the moment. As you can see on your screen over there, Torino is leading the table with 11 points. While you see in number 2, Napoli is there 10 points, Udinese 10 points, and Juventus 9 points. These 4 are the top 4 of that very particular league. While you see the bottom 4 there, you will see it on your screen there. You can see Venezia there, Monza, Como, and Cagliari. These 4 are the bottom 4 at the moment. Let's quickly jump from there, and then we go to the Bundesliga. In the Bundesliga at the moment is looking very beautiful also, where you see Bochum and Austin Kiel. The two play 2-2 draw. Bochum lead that game in the first half 2-0, but in the second half Austin equalized and drew that game 2 all. While you see in the second game there, Edenheim and Freiburg visited Edenheim and they wiped them off the chart 3-0. While you can see them, Union Berlin also beat Hoffenheim at home 2-1. Werder Bremen lost at home to Bayern Munich 5-0. Bayern Munich is on fire this season. They're just beating everybody like if they are their errand boy. Of course, they're just beating people as if they are the one that are buying boots and putting jersey on their neck at the moment. And you see Eintracht Frankfurt beat their own counterparts Borussia Mönchengladbach 2-0 at home. While you see, still moving on, Bayer Leverkusen, the defending champion of the Bundesliga, won their own game at home with Wolfsburg 4-3. That's one is a go vest on that very particular day over the weekend. And Stuttgart won their own game against Borussia Dortmund 5-1. And this one too is a whooping wipe off because Stuttgart is saying this is my home. You can't come here and dictate for me. And of course, St. Pauli and Leipzig drew their own game 0-0. St. Pauli too is proving strong at the moment. Coming to the Bundesliga. The table right now is looking beautiful also. We have a clear leader in Bayern Munich with 12 points and Leverkusen in 9 points. Of course, Freiburg is in 9 points also, while in number 4 is Frankfurt also in 9 points. The bottom 4 at the moment are looking like Hoffenheim, Bochum, Pauli, and Austin. These 4 are the bottom 4 at the moment. Right here, right now, we will quickly take a very short break. When we come back, we will continue with the Major League over at the in Europe. Stay tuned. We will be right back. Welcome back, my people. Now let's go to France in Ligue 1. Football in France. Football in France too is looking beautiful. Over the weekend, it's a go first in Lille when they hosted Strasbourg. And of course, Strasbourg give as much as they took from them. 3-all. It's a go first 3-3. That game ended. And of course, Rennes and Lens 1-1 in their own games. Reims too and Paris Saint-Germain PSG also 1-1 draw in that very particular game. 3 draws we see consecutively, but then Monaco proved themselves that they are too much for Le Havre when they beat them 3-1 in their own game. Angers and Nantes 1-1 in their own particular game. Brest 2, Toulouse 0 in their game, and of course Montpellier hosted Auxerre and they beat them 3-2 at home. While you see Lyon hosted Marseille, but they lost that game 2-3 to Marseille in their own very particular game. Remember, in this very particular league, there are only 18 teams competing for the Ultimate League title. And then in their table, right there, you will see it at the top in that particular game. is PSG, while you have Marseille and Monaco second and third respectively. The three of them sharing 13 points each, with only goals differentiating them. 13 goals, 9 goals, and 8 goals differentiating them. While number 4 is Lens with 9 points. They are clear leadership among these three, and the next person that is behind them, we will be looking forward to see the person that is going to give the cap to the other from this very particular three. And of course, the bottom 4 are Montpellier, Auxerre, Saint-Etienne, and Angers. These 4 are 4 points, 3 points, and 2 points respectively. With individuals of them. Now let's now go to the league that is very much popular, that is far more popular in this country of ours, Nigeria, at the moment. Talking about the English Premier League. The English Premier League. Over the weekend, the English Premier League, West Ham and Chelsea. West Ham hosted Chelsea, and of course the Blues proved that they are blue with Jackson coming up, and it's not as wasteful as usual. Chelsea took his chances and he was able to score 2 goals, and Chelsea won that game 3 goals to 0 at West Ham United. And of course, you see Aston Villa currently now in the Champions League. They were losing this game 1 goal to 0 in the first half, but then they proved to Wolves that they are more than Wolves, because they are now a major league contender. So they won their own game and they beat Wolves 3 goals to 1. 3 goals to 1. Fulham hosted Newcastle to beat them 3 goals to 1 in their own game also. And of course, Leicester try as much as possible to pound on Everton, who has been the punching bag of every team since the season started. But then Everton said no. You can't pound on us as usual. So Leicester ended up drawing that game 1-1. Of course, they drew that game. Everton leads that game in the first half also. Remember, Everton usually leads the game. They lead 2-0 into the 80 minutes or so. The other time with Bournemouth, while Bournemouth won them 3-2 by the final blast of the whistle. Of course, they lead Aston Villa also, and then they lost that game also. Now they lead, but they drew this game. Kudos to them. 1 point they took away from that. Liverpool and Bournemouth at the moment. Of course, you know, in the last game week, Liverpool was sent to the Forest by Nottingham Forest 1 goal to 0. Liverpool was left wandering in the jungle looking for what is not lost. But of course, I think they found something in the jungle, because this very particular week, Liverpool won their very particular game 3 goals to 0 to Bournemouth. They opened Bournemouth mouth wide, and then they stopped it with 3 solid goals. Now Southampton and Ipswich, these two teams that come from the ground, they played their game. Southampton was hosting Ipswich, and it is 1 goal or to both of them. 1-1 that game ended. Tottenham Hotspur and Brentford. Tottenham 3, Brentford 1, and Crystal Palace and Manchester United 0-0 in that particular game. Now moving on from there, we saw Brighton and Nottingham Forest. It is 2-2 in that particular game. And Manchester City and Arsenal. Manchester City and Arsenal, the Gunners. This game ended 2-2, and this game is a cracker at this very particular game is a cracker, because Manchester City, you know, Erling Haaland is usually there to just put a goal into the net, whether you like it or not. So we shouldn't be talking about goal scoring, comparing Erling Haaland in the Premiership at the moment. No, Erling Haaland is in another level entirely. So let's just forget Erling Haaland when we are talking about goal scorers in the Premiership. But at this point in time, in the first half, in the 9 minutes of the first half, Arsenal, the Gunners, Trossard collected the second yellow and a matching card, a red card, to be sent out of that very particular game. There's a lot of controversy over the very particular card booking, but then Arsenal was able to hold on to that game. They hold on to that game and entire more than 50 minutes in the second half, only for them to concede the equalizing goal. They are already losing 2 goals to 1 by that time, by the way, and they considered the equalizing goal at that very particular 1 minute to the end of the game. 6 minutes was added to the game, and they ended up playing 8 minutes, because some times were wasted by Justin Timber, and of course, at the end of the day, the game ended 2 goals all in that very particular game. There's a lot of controversy about that card that Trossard collected, because the referee said they kicked the ball after the whistle. He already get a yellow card before. When he does that, it is considered an indisciplined act, and he was given the matching order from the field of play. While Doku was said to have done the same thing during the match, and then nothing was done to Doku in that very particular. In fact, consistency was what was asked for from the officials of the PGMOL in that very particular game. They want consistent. People now are now clamoring for consistency in officiating decision on the field of play. We just hope that Gunners will accept the fact that that man Trossard is against is against the law. His movement is illegal in the law of the game, and just accept it like that. But then the PGMOL should also talk to their referees to be consistent in their decision always, so that it won't be one-sided, it won't be biased when we are looking at it from this particular angle. The table at the moment now is now looking very smooth at the moment. Of course, Man City is at the top with 13 points, Liverpool 12 points, Aston Villa 12 points, and Arsenal is 4th place with 11 points. While the bottom 4 is, as usual, you will find Everton somewhere over there in the bottom 4. You see Ipswich, Southampton, Everton, and Wolves. Ipswich is with 3 points, while the remaining 3 have 1 point respectively. Now, finally, let's quickly now go to La Liga. In the La Liga over the weekend, Getafe hosted Leganés, and Getafe drew that game 1-1. Leganés was proving the fact that no one is more than the other. George Orwell's Animal Farm is just that. Animal Farm. We are not in the farm. They said all animals are equal, but some are equal than the others. But here on the field of play, we are the same. So that is what Leganés was proving to Getafe. 1-1. They played that game. Athletic Club, that usually called Bilbao. Of course, Athletic Club they pound on Celta Vigo 3-1 at home, while Villarreal lost to Barcelona 5-1. 1-5 in that very particular match. Rayo Vallecano 1, Atletico Madrid 1. Atletico Madrid was not able to do anything for Vallecano in that very particular match. Real Valladolid and Real Sociedad could not find the back of the net at all, so that game ended 0-0. While you now see Osasuna and Las Palmas 2-1. Osasuna beat Las Palmas in that very particular game. Valencia 2, Girona 1. Girona, the Champions League contender, lost to Valencia 2-0 over the weekend. While Real Madrid, of course, are still showing the fact that they are big club, the Galacticos of those days. They are trying to rise up to the occasion, this very particular generation of Real Madrid, and it is 4-1 against Espanyol in that very particular match. Their table 2 is looking very beautiful with Barcelona at the top. Barcelona on top there with 18 points. Barcelona on top with 18 points, and Real Madrid in 2nd place with 14 points. Clear leadership, you can see over there. Clear leadership there. Athletic Club, that is Bilbao, in 13 points, and Atletico Madrid with 12 points in number 4. This is how the top 4 looks like. While you see the bottom 4 over here, Valladolid are there, number 17 with 5 points. And with 4 points, you see Getafe and Valencia, both of them, but Getafe is leading in goals, while you see Las Palmas with 2 points at the moment. This is how it looks in the major league, in the European football major leagues over the weekend. We shall be going over to some other events when the news comes in. Do not forget, today the FA Cup will be continuing. What we call the Carabao Cup will be continuing today, where Chelsea have their home match. They will be playing their home match today, and of course tomorrow too you will be having some matches in the FA Cup also. We will be giving you this gist when we come back again, and we will give you more as it's happening over in the world of sport. Stay tuned with us, and of course please remember, when you are driving, do not drink. But when you drink, do not drive. Please get a designated driver when you go to that club, and make sure that man did not drink at all, or that woman did not drink at all, while you can all fill yourself with whatever you want to drink. Make sure one person is ready to drive you home. We will be safe towards the end of the year. Have a wonderful day. My name is Lawal Ajibola Akonji Saheed, aka Legbashi Sports, and you are still on to us on All Sports on CTV, your number 1 online TV channel. We will see you next time. Have a nice day.